Hey y'all, welcome back to The Busy Vegan Mom. My name is Rachel, and here on my channel I share with you my experience with raising vegan kids, vegan weight loss, as well as healing with plants. So if you have not subscribed, if you would love to get weekly plant-based inspiration, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also hit like, it really helps out with my channel. So today we are going to be talking about the pros and cons of raising a vegan kid. Maybe you have a kid who's already vegan. Maybe you know someone who wants to raise their kid vegan. Maybe you're expecting, maybe you're toying with the idea of helping your kids to transition. Whatever the reason, you're at this video for a reason. So just have an open mind and let's tune into my experience with raising a vegan child. Let's get right into it. So here's an open discussion about raising a kid vegan. So why did I raise my kid vegan? Well, first of all, I have two children. The first one was born into this world before I even knew what veganism was. So I have a 12-year-old, and I had her in a past life. I was a completely different person then. The way I ate back then was terrible. But, you know, here I am today. I've been vegan for 5 years. I have a 3-year-old who, when I got pregnant with her, I was about two years into the whole veganism thing. And so she has been vegan from the time of conception on. And so she is 3 years old now, as I mentioned, and she has always ate a vegan diet. Now, of course, knowing all the benefits that veganism or a whole food plant-based lifestyle provides, how could I not pass this on to my child? My oldest daughter does not live with me full time, and she has made the conscious decision over the last several years to be red meat free, and she will eat plant-based or vegan friendly when she's with me, which is really, really awesome. So that is totally cool. But in regards to my little one, I've been raising her, you know, from the, like I said, the time of being in my womb to now. And so she has, we did breastfeeding, just to give you a little background story. We did breastfeeding and pumping, bottle feeding, all, you know, she's only had breast milk till the time she was almost 2 years old. And so she got that breast milk and all those healthy fats and all that. We started baby-led weaning from 4 months on. And baby-led weaning is a great way to start if you're looking to raise your child vegan. It's a great way to prevent that picky eating or ensure that your child may be less of a picky eater. And what is baby-led weaning? That is introducing solids to your child. It's omitting the baby foods, and that's what we did. We went straight into like bananas and sweet potatoes. I never fed my daughter baby food. Now, maybe there was a time or two she might have been being watched by my mom or my stepmom, and they may have gave her, you know, fed her, spoon fed or something. But it was my rule that I wanted her to eat solid, soft, solid foods. And this is also great for wanting to raise your kid, or for any kid, because you're helping them to get used to textures. And, you know, there's tons of studies out there and evidence that suggests that baby-led weaning helps to prevent picky eating in kids. And so it's much easier to train the child up eating healthily than to convert them over time. Not saying it can't be done, absolutely can be, but it's easier to raise them up already eating this way. So let's get right into it. Pros to raising a child vegan. Number one, you're going to reduce your cost of medical bills. I'm a firm believer in this. Since I have been vegan, I have been to the doctor 2 times. One time, I think it was one time, and it was when I was pregnant, because I was eating a bunch of vegan junk food in my early trimester or the beginning trimester. And so like I caught, like, was it the flu or something like that? And so I did not feel well. So that's it. That's the only time I've had to even have medical care. I'm trying to think, was there anything else? Oh, when I was breastfeeding Berkeley, my youngest daughter, I would get that mastitis, I don't ever say it right. And that I had to go get treated for that until I found a really good solution for that. And if anybody cares to hear about that, drop me a comment. I'd be happy to chat with you. But nonetheless, so that's the only thing I've had to go to the doctor for. And so same with my daughter. She's literally had to go to the doctor 2 times. And that was one, she caught a stomach bug at the babysitter's house, which it's a virus. You cannot prevent a virus, like she got the stomach bug, which the kids were passing around. And then another time for pink eye, I'm sorry, 3 times, one time for a cough, which ended up being allergies. So one time for pink eye that she caught from babysitter, and one time for stomach bug. She's 3 years old. So you could equate that to 1 doctor visit per year. I don't even pay for health insurance for me or her. Because why? Because it's not necessary. We do not need health insurance. I'm not going to pay that extra expense. We eat a predominantly whole food, plant-based diet. And when I say predominantly, I mean there are times that we've had vegan junk food, special occasions or whatever, but we are predominantly a whole food, plant-based family. We do this to prevent dis-ease, prevent illness, and for long-term health benefits. And I love, that is my number 1 pro, is you will absolutely save on medical bills raising your child. I mean, there's a way to feed them unhealthy vegan food, but if you raise your child on predominantly whole food, plant-based type foods, you will save money. Number 2, it's actually cheaper to eat this way, contrary to popular belief. So a pro is you will actually save money, because if you spend your money, if you're not buying all those fancy vegan foods or the fake meats, and if you're not spending money on meat, in general, you are saving money. Meat is expensive, right? And so we buy potatoes, we get rice. If you buy the convenience foods, you're going to be spending more. But if you're just getting packaged whole foods, canned foods, oh my gosh, come on. Frozen fruits that last forever. It is cheaper to eat this way, contrary to popular belief. So you can save money raising your child this way. Number 3, a good pro would be teaching your child empathy and compassion, teaching your children that we are one with the animals, that we can look at animals as friends, that we can treat others with respect, just showing your child that we are all one. I have some great book suggestions that I can share with you if you want to drop a comment below, and I could link some in the description as well, that are great for introducing your child into a vegan lifestyle. And so teaching your child empathy and compassion and how to love all living beings is a great one. Okay, another pro would be, and this ties in with the saving on the medical bills, you're also saving more money because you're not having to take time off from work if you're a working mom like myself, because your child won't be homesick because they're, drinking the dairy, getting the tubes clogged, having the phlegm, the mucus, having all the upper respiratory infections. Dairy is linked to all of that stuff, linked to inflammation. And so my daughter has never had an ear infection one. Do you know how proud it makes me to say that? And I'm a firm believer. It's the way we eat. She was breastfed, all that, but still no dairy. So that means when the baby lays down, the dairy drains down and goes in here and inflames this area, causing causing ear infections. And so I have rarely had to miss work due to my daughter. I think there's been a few times kids will catch fevers, and we are a natural family. I believe in letting her fight that off naturally instead of numbing it out with Tylenol or whatever, assuming she's not in any pain, or whatever. But and so because she can't be at the babysitter's with the fever, and if my mom wasn't available, but I was able to work from home, so that was good. But it's been a very rare occurrence that I've had to miss work because of that. And then I think of all these poor moms and dads who have their kids, I'll see on social media, they're in the hospital again, or they're at urgent care again, and it breaks my heart because I know that the majority of that is related to what the kid eats. It's 100%. It is all in the food. It's in the food. And it makes me grateful to be able to do this for my daughter. But then it also makes me sad because I wish I could just stay home and feed everybody's kids, feed my family, and help them to eat right, but I can't force anybody to do this. But when you know certain things, you've seen the power of it and see how it works in not only your life, your loved one's life, your friend's life, your children's life, you want to spread it with everybody. So you see the theme here is we're saving a lot of money and we're having a lot of good health. So, and health is wealth, and so having a healthy child, a healthy kid, a kid that learns empathy and compassion, and saving money to be able to put towards other things, because we're not spending it on ridiculous health premiums and health insurance. We're not spending it on medicines or over-the-counter drugs or doctor bills. Amazing, right? So what more do you need? You know, a healthy child, a thriving child, and you're saving some money. Yes. So I don't have very many cons, but I'm going to share the ones with you that I do have. One of the cons would be all having to put in extra work. It means getting up early or staying up later because you're prepping food. Once you get used to it, it's no big deal, but it means putting in extra work. Like if we're going to a birthday party, okay, Rachel, I got to make sure I've got some sort of vegan treat for my baby, because, you know, it's only fair if we've got cupcakes and cookies or cakes, whatever. I'm going to have something for my baby, her own special little, you know, dairy-free, egg-free, cupcake or whatever, and I make sure we do, and then bringing extra food, because when you go somewhere, not always is there going to be food that is going to be in alignment with what we eat or what we don't eat. And so bringing extra snacks, bringing extra food, staying stocked, so you're putting in extra work. The other con would be in alignment with the one I just gave, is when you go out to eat, it can be a little harder to find something on the menu, and then like everybody else is eating something. My little girl's trained by now. She'll point to something and like something like a cheese dip or something, and she'll be like, and she'll look at me and she'll say, I said, no, baby, we don't eat that. Okay, Mom. No big deal. Like, she's so trained with that, and I don't eat it either. Like, I can't eat something that my baby won't eat, and vice versa. Like, I'm not over here eating cheese and she doesn't get to. We're the same. We're united. We'll go to, and the worst is if there's a birthday cake that comes out and say I didn't have a cupcake, we take a walk, we go to the bathroom, we disappear. I'm not going to let my daughter sit there and watch everybody eating cake, and you know, I didn't, you know, because I didn't bring something for her. I'm on top of it. But there's like been a time or two that I wasn't, and we moved around, you know, because I'm not going to make my kids sit there and watch everybody eat cake and then I didn't bring her something. So it requires being on top of your game. You know, so that's the main cons when it comes to this, is if you want to see it as a con, is just putting in extra work. And then sometimes there will be times where you're left out. And if you're a vegan, you know, everything that applies to you as a vegan is the same thing that's going to apply to your kid. So you may go somewhere there's no options. You may go somewhere you have to bring a backpack full of food. So just think of it like that. Whatever it is for you that, you know, is frustrating as a vegan, take that and multiply it times 2. So now there's the 2 of you. So you learn to live with it as your own person, your own personal vegan experience, and then it's for your kid as well. And so that's really all in regards to the cons. Oh, and then if you want to count this, you know, all the haters on social media, that I've learned to just live with it, have something to say, and they want to say it's child abuse, and you've got this it's like a freaking a meat clan or a meat cult that comes around and posts on all of us vegan moms who like share veganism and plant-based you know, inspirational type stuff. They want to come around and say we're terrible parents, and it's so cool to have gotten past this, because it used to bother me in the beginning. But a dear friend on social media, another vegan mom, said, I have got no time for grown folks who don't know anything about nutrition. And that stuck with me, and that stayed. And so that was very helpful. And so what do? I just block those people. So people are always going to have something to say. It's a very controversial topic. And when you're challenging somebody's belief systems, like the meat people, and that's not me separate, I mean the mean meat people or whatever, you're challenging their belief system. And so just like somebody challenges me when they try to tell me that veganism and plant-based living is not right, and it can ruffle feathers, it's just because the belief system is being challenged. But if you know the truth, you've seen the evidence, you know your child is healthy, you're healthy, and what proves that, right? No medical bills, a clean bill of health, a thriving child, you know, that's all the proof right there. And so yeah, so thank you for being here with me, watching my video. If there's any points that maybe you'd like to share that I didn't go over, that you have found a pro or a con in your experience, please share. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more plant-based inspiration, and we will see y'all next time.